Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. So I've been recently seeing all over the internet this Foxy Eye trend that's been going around. I think it's been a trend for quite some time and I've been kind of already slightly doing it in my makeup, but I thought I would do a little tutorial on how to create that really feminine feline eye. I've also just used Charlotte Tilbury products today, so it's really something that I'm super passionate about because obviously I work for Charlotte Tilbury. So all the products will be linked below, and you can go onto the Charlotte Tilbury website to obviously find out more about the products that I'm using. But I think this look worked out so nicely. I think it's a really classic look. You can wear this on a day-to-day basis, or if you're going out, you can even doll it up and doll it down, which I personally love. So if you want to carry on watching to see how I created this look, please do. Okay, so I put the dry sheet mask on by Charlotte Tilbury and I've left it on for around 15 minutes. This is a really amazing mask because it actually has floral extracts in there and peptides and oils in there which are going to help hydrate your skin, and it basically leaves your skin super glowy. I reuse it around, I would say 3 to maybe even 4 times. I just love it so much, and it comes in this little sealed package so you can just pop it back in there after you've used it. It's something that I always do before I'm actually doing a makeup or when I'm trying to prep my skin. So I'm now going to then go on and actually prep my skin, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. This is with the crystal elixir in there as well. So it's got crystal infused Replexium in there, which is going to help with aging, and it's got golden vitamin C in there as well for brightening the complexion. It also has hyaluronic acid, so it's actually going to help hydrate your skin. And I love to just put this on. It's really helped my skin clear, to be honest. My skin gets so red when I rub things in, it's crazy. But my skin has got so much better since using this, and I would definitely recommend it to people who either want to clear their skin or have a hydration issue, obviously aging as well. So then I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Crystal Elixir Lip Oil. So this has basically potent plant extract in there, which is going to keep your skin really nice, well, your lips really nice and hydrated, and it's going to give you that nice plumpness. It's also got that hyaluronic acid in there, which I love. It's just going to really penetrate the skin. It's going to go into that second layer of skin and really get that hydration in there. I'm now going to go in with the Magic Cream. So I think everyone should own this, to be quite honest. I think it's amazing. So this has SPF 15 in there, hyaluronic acid, and binding peptides in here as well. So it's going to help with aging and hydration as well. It's a gorgeous base for foundation and makeup, to be honest. It just gives you this lovely glossy skin. So I always like to massage this in for a good 60 seconds. I feel like skin routine is so important to have, and Charlotte Tilbury's products, especially her skincare, I honestly recommend the most. They're just absolutely amazing. Okay, so then I'm going to move on to the Hollywood Flawless filter in shade 3. This is so amazing for underneath your foundation. It just gives you a lovely finish to the skin. It gives you that nice dewiness, and it also fills in pores, which I personally love because I've got quite big pores, so it really helps me refine those. And I'm just going to use the Magic Complexion brush and just buff this into the skin. This foundation brush is so nice as well. It really buffs everything in nicely. I put quite a lot of the Hollywood Flawless filter on, so I love that really dewy look. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the foundation, which is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in 5 Warm. I've spoken about this in both of my previous videos that I've done. I just love it. I use it so often, especially when I'm doing a high glam look. I just think it gives you that really airbrush finish. And I'm actually just going to apply this with a sponge. I would go in normally with the Hollywood complexion brush and use this as well for something if I wanted to have a little bit of a lighter finish. But you can actually use this to kind of really densify that, but I prefer using a sponge with it. I think it gives me more of a dewier glow, and that's what I'm trying to aim for today. What I love about this foundation as well is that it basically, because it's a demi-matte finish, well, it's not demi-matte, it's a natural matte finish, it will still kind of show through your natural skin a little bit. And I've got freckles, so I like to show that off a little bit, otherwise it just looks so unnatural on me. So I'm actually going to go in with doing the eyebrows first. So I'm not going to really worry about the rest of the complexion right now, because I want to get that Foxy Eye look really, really nice and perfect before I go into anything else. So I'm going to go in first with, that's the wrong product. I'm going to go in first with this, which is the Brow Lift by Charlotte Tilbury in Supermodel. Spoken about this again as well. It's got a lovely little brush that you can brush up the brow hairs, and then you can just fill in with the little pencil on the other end. So I'm just going to do both of those. And obviously with this look, most of the eyebrows are very like torn up like this. So you kind of want to make sure the arch is not so strong. So you just want to have more of like a softer brow, because the main focus will be the eyes. I'm just doing a light one today. Okay, so then I'm now going to go in with the Legendary Brows in Supermodel as well by Charlotte Tilbury. And this is just amazing because it just really gives you that nice fluffy brow, and it gives you that supermodel brow. It's got castor oil in there as well, which is going to really help treat your eyebrow hairs while you have it on your eyebrows during the day. And it won't get hard or sticky or anything like that. It will just stay nice and in place, and it will feel really nice and natural on your eyebrows. Okay, so that's the eyebrows done. I'm just going to get my photo that I need to refer back to. So obviously this kind of whole look was inspired, I think, mainly by Bella Hadid, because she's got really taut up eyes and it's kind of really creating that feline catty eye look. I personally love it. I think it looks so nice on everyone. But it is obviously a difficult thing for some people who have potentially hooded eyes. I would always recommend, if you were wanting to do this look, to do something like what I've done today and do a half up, half down. And this will kind of naturally just pull your skin back a little bit, so it will create that look really, really nicely. Okay guys, so I'm actually going in next to do my eyes, and I'm actually using a Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's actually still on the website. This is the Christmas collection one, so it has this beautiful packaging on it, but I think you can still get the normal one online. So in here you have an eye set, a bronzer, highlighter and 2 blushes as well. So it's super, super easy to use. This is great to go away on holiday with. I always take this with me. I just think it's just so nice because you've got so many different options that you can use on your face here. I sometimes even use the blushes as eyeshadows as well, but I think it's super pretty. And I'm going to go in first with this colour here, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so I'm just taking that first colour with a little fluffy brush by Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just taking that onto the inner corner of the eye and underneath the brow bone. And this is a really gorgeous, very sparkly colour. And it's quite a nice, it's like a nudie highlight, so it gives you a nice shimmer to the lid. Okay, so then the next thing that I'm actually going to go in with is actually I'm going to just use this bronzer that is in the palette, and I'm just going to use that as my crease colour. So I'm going to take the same fluffy brush and put a little bit on there, and I'm just going to go onto that outer corner, and you want to make sure that you're really smoking it towards the outer edge of your eye and not taking it too far in, because we want to elongate the eye out. Okay, like that. So then I'm going to actually go on and do the liner. So, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next with the eyeshadows afterwards. So I'm actually going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillowtalk Eyeliner for this. I think it's just a softer colour personally. I think it will look nicer on the eye, especially when we're wanting to create that really nice, subtle, drawn up effect. So it's really gorgeous. It's a really nice formula as well. It's very creamy, so you can really smoke it out. So I'm just going to actually apply this. Sorry. I'm going to apply this, and I'm just going to look down into the mirror, and then I'm going to just see where my eye would naturally go up from, but I'm just going to slightly draw it a tiny bit or more of an arch, just like that. And then you want to go halfway across the eye. Like so. I'm then going to take my Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to smoke this out a little bit. Like so. What I love about these eyeliners, they're super creamy, so you can really smoke them out really nicely. So now I'm going to take that same eyeliner and I'm just going to go into that inner corner of the eye. And that little brush again. And I'm just going to blend it forward. And that's going to create that really nice foxy eye effect. So I'm going to just do the other eye off camera quickly. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can kind of see roughly what I've done on both of the eyes. So it's really kind of torn up eyeliner, so when you kind of do this, it looks very feline-y. So now I'm actually going to go back in with that look in a palette. And the look in the palette name I didn't say is called Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. So it's really nice. I love it personally. And then I'm actually going to take this last colour here. Sorry. I'm going to take this last colour here, which is really nice, and I'm going to take that same eyeliner brush. And now I'm just going to smoke out that liner, really smoke it out. So I'm going to just do the other eye off camera quickly. Okay, so that's the eyeliner done. So I'm not actually going to put any eyeliner underneath because I want my eyes to be really focused on that eyeliner on top. So I'm now actually just going to go in with some mascara, and I'm going to use the Full Fat Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury. This is really amazing as well because it's got castor oil in here as well, so it's going to really help treat your lashes while you have it on during the day. You want to focus most of the mascara on the outer corner of the eye to really bring it upwards. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly pop on some lashes. Okay, so I've popped on some lashes and I've just used basically half of them, so the outer corner, to really exaggerate that look that we're trying to go for. So I'm just going to quickly zoom you out, guys, and then we'll do the rest of the face. And I'm going to use my ring finger. And I'm just going to tap this underneath the eye. This is going to help brighten the under eye area. Okay, so that's basically the eyes done. So I'm really happy with that. I feel like it really does look like that Bella Hadid Foxy Eye. I love it. So now I'm just going to go on to complexion. So, oh, what happened there? So obviously we want to go in now with a little bit of concealer and correcting. So I'm going to use the Magic Vanish Conceal and Correct. It's a really gorgeous creamy base concealer. It has a nice peachy undertone to it, so it's going to really counteract with those bluish tones underneath the eye. And I'm going to use my ring finger, and I'm just going to tap this underneath the eye. This is going to help brighten the under eye area nicely as well. I honestly love this stuff, it's so nice. Makes such a difference, and I've got such blue under eye areas, so I feel like it really does make a difference, for me at least. So the reason that I didn't go for the number one is because of the fact that I have the most blue under eye area, so I prefer to go for something a little bit more peachy, and I feel like the number 2 is just perfect for my skin tone, especially because in summer I get quite tanned, so I do go a little bit darker than this naturally. So you can take this on areas around the face where you have potentially sunspots, or any areas where you might have a little bit of discoloration or pigmentation, so it's really nice in that sense. So then I'm just going to go in now with the Magic Away stick in shade 4. So I'm just going to twist that up and pop that on underneath the eye. I'm going to go around the face as well with this. And then I'm going to use that little brush that I was talking about earlier, which is the Hollywood complexion brush. It's double-ended, and I'm going to use the concealer end to just buff that into the skin. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. Can't say it properly. Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder in shade 2. And I'm just going to use this Bronze and Sculpt brush by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just going to take that down the centre of my face. So I'm actually going to go back in now with the look in the palette, and I'm going to use the bronzer and the highlighter in this now. And I'm going to just take that same brush that I was using before and take it into the hollows of the face to give you that nice sculpted look. Okay, so then I'm going to go in with the highlighter in this palette. And I'm just taking it over the cheeks. Oh, that's brilliant. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of the highlighter here. Okay, so some of you might be wondering why I haven't done much else on the under eye area. So the reason for this is that I haven't put any mascara or anything like this on because I really want to create that really slender feel to the eye. If I put mascara on or anything underneath the eye, it's actually going to bring your eye more rounded, so it's going to not make that foxy eye effect. I will put a tiny bit of mascara on now underneath, but I will mainly focus it on the outer corner to give you that nice feline effect. Now I'm going to go back in with full fat lashes. So you can see how that's already made my eyes a little bit more rounded, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. So I'm actually going to go back into that palette again, the look in the palette, and I'm going to use the Swish and Pop colour. So this is actually quite funny because I feel like this shade in this palette looks really similar to the Pillowtalk Cheek to Chic, which is super nice, and I'm just going to use the brush again, same brush. I'm just going to take that onto the apples. Swish it up. It's like super pigmented, the Swish colour. So you want to put like the Swish colour going up the cheek, and then the Pop colour will be on the apples of the cheek. I'm going to take this, I feel like, a little bit higher to really exaggerate that look. Yeah, oh, looks good, I like it. Okay, so I'm going in with the pop colour, and that's just going right onto the apples. And this has a lovely kind of shimmer to it as well, which is so nice. Okay, moving on now to the lips. I'm going to use the Pillowtalk, the classic Pillowtalk Lip Liner. So this was actually the first product that she brought out, which was in the Pillowtalk range. And it's so, so gorgeous. It's so universal. It's such a lovely colour on the skin. It looks super pink on me. I don't know why, but it always looks super pink on me. But I love it anyway. And the Charlotte Tilbury's lip liners are super creamy. They're not drying, and they're really nice and pigmented as well. So I'm just going to overline my lips a little bit as well with this. Okay, so then going in with the Pillowtalk Classic Lipstick in Matte Revolution. This is super creamy as well. It's not drying. I love the matte lipsticks because of that fact. And again, it's the exact same colour as what I've put on underneath. I've put the lip liner on all over the lips just to make sure that the lipstick has something better to stick onto. I think it also shows out the pigmentation better for the lipstick. If you have a colour that might be a little bit more opaque of lipstick, then I would obviously recommend just using the lip liner on the outside. But I think it just makes your lipstick last so much longer when you put your lip liner all over the lips as well. And especially when you have a lip liner that is super creamy and it's not going to dry out your lips, it's absolutely fine for you to do. So I'm just going to pop this on now. Okay, so you could actually just stop there and you would have this really gorgeous, sexy look. Obviously, if you look at the eyeliner and the lips, they just complement each other so well. But I love a glossy lip, so I'm actually going to go back in now with the Lip Luste in Pillowtalk as well. So this is honestly, again, it's one of my favourite products. I just wear this, like you can even wear this on its own when you're running down to the shop and just pop it on quickly. But it just gives you a nice glossy finish to the lips, and I think it just really gives that finish end look. It just looks amazing. So I'm just going to pop that on now. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed me doing this little tutorial on the Foxy Eye. I think it actually worked really, really well, and obviously I've just used Charlotte Tilbury products. That was my rabbit, by the way. I've just used Charlotte Tilbury products, which obviously she's my absolute favourite brand. I work for her, so she's amazing. This video is obviously not sponsored. All these products that I've got, I've either paid for myself or I've got them through work. So really, really lovely. I would definitely, if you have any questions about any of the products that I have used, do a little comment underneath and I will definitely answer them for you. You can also find all the products that I use today online on charlottetilbury.com. So it's really, really, really nice. And if you guys could like and subscribe the video, this would be so nice to me. I'm obviously doing this as a part-time thing, as a little hobby while we're sitting at home in lockdown. And yeah, so that's the finished look. I'm gonna go on and do my usual thing and do a little montage now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks guys, bye.
You